how would you rate the federal government's handling of the pandemic so far?
It's hard to give a rating considering how little I've seen of their specific. Like, I feel like CERB's the only thing I've seen from the federal government. So I'd say like a 6, based purely on CERB, because I don't really know what else they've done.
Not very well, honestly. I think they're not really worrying about anyone. And like all the small business, like we were talking on the way here, all the small businesses are like all like drowning. They're not able to like even function right now with all of this.
I think it's been quite good, and I think they got money out to help people that had lost their jobs quite quickly.
The only issue now is that, you know, how much is this going to cost in the future? Because the deficit spending is like absolutely insane, but I think they handled it. They did what they had to do.
I don't know, it all seems reasonable and it seems impossibly complex. So I don't feel like I have a lot of negative judgment about it.
Federal government? Okay. Just okay.
Justin Trudeau's plan is to get everyone back to work as quickly as possible, and I don't know, I have some concerns about that. Instead of looking at more kind of fundamental changes to how we do things as a society, because, you know, our normal is what got us to this point. And so, yeah, I think we need to be striving for more than back to normal and back to work.
It was going pretty good until it came out into the news that federal government employees were going away for vacations and stuff. So until then, they were doing pretty good. But I guess, well, in retrospect, they weren't to begin with.
Well, from like a snapshot from Newfoundland, like I definitely, it's almost like, it seems like pandemic's more of a background thing. And at like this level, I thought it was well handled. But then it's like, yeah, I guess in Ontario, that's where my sister's living. It is a bit scary what's brewing on over there. So I guess at an average, yeah, I would say maybe a 6 or 7, but I do have a pretty biased view because I feel like in Newfoundland, it's been overall like pretty well managed.
I think the federal government has done a pretty good job based on, you know, their powers and abilities. As for the provincial level, some not so well. If you look at Ontario and Alberta, they're kind of in a lot of trouble, and Quebec. So federally, I think they did a fine job. Provincially, need some work. Not everywhere, but some provinces.
As it's progressed, my rating has gone down. I just think some of the moves they've made as far as clawing back some of CERB benefits, other sorts of benefits, the people that need it the most have been too extreme. And the spread of the virus has been much more dramatic the past several months, so my rating has definitely decreased with time.
I think they're doing an all right job. They're doing the best they can with the situation that is happening. It just kind of hit them, so I think they're doing the best they can, and I'm happy with what they're doing.
So far, I would say better than average, better than the Americans, certainly.
I don't feel like we're targeting the 20-year-olds that are wrapping. Like, we let universities and we let everyone come here right away in September, and I feel like Thanksgiving and all these holidays brought people back and forth from Toronto and the areas that were more affected the most, and that's just creating the the rise.
How well do you think the federal government is handling the pandemic?
I actually don't think they've been doing very well at all. I would say, obviously better than our U.S. counterparts, like, for sure. So maybe, 5 out of 10. But the thing is that, I've seen so many small businesses close, and, it's awful. Like, people are barely able to stay afloat. And, if the amount that we're giving was enough, then, I feel like we wouldn't be seeing all these things close. I don't know. It's, it's sad. And also, I don't know, I feel like we could be doing more to keep our numbers down.
Not very good. The vaccine was slow to be rolled out. Most countries in the world have had a high vaccination rate at this point, and we're lagging behind. We have politicians leaving the country. The Prime Minister was jumping from province to province during the first phase, and he was up on Parliament Hill during one of the protests for a photo opportunity.
I feel like I would give them a 7. I mean, they're doing what they can, but at the same time, it's a new thing for everybody, and nobody really knew what was going on. So I think that they did a pretty decent job for how it came at them, for sure.
The numbers are continually up and down and spiking all the time. We're getting fairly complacent. in how we're dealing with the pandemic. We start to feel good about ourselves and see numbers going down and think, oh, we can go out again. No, you really can't. Oh, we could have, 10, 15 people over to our house for an evening of wine and merriment. No, you really can't. That makes things a lot worse, and it makes it harder for the government to effectively keep things moving forward and getting us to a point where rolling out a vaccine is going to actually make a difference.
He already spent too much, and if he needs very serious deficit for 2 years, and I don't believe that in 5 years it will be resolved. I don't think that's a liberal thought, but it will not happen. I think the mistake is he spent with each program. Imagine the admin costs for each program. Instead of having a big program with admin that somebody, each program require people, to do the administration of those programs. It will be billion and billion of dollars that didn't go in the pocket of our people, but went to the bureaucracy, right?